next example, I've got a Revit file for you to open. Which it doesn't open, so we will just make it here. So let's go do a new, and it's a very simple one. So what I want to do is I want to make a grid, then I want to put columns on it, I want to make a surface for a roof, and then I want to solve that structurally. It's more clear when I show you what I mean. So let's start. So on the level 1, I want to generate a set of grids. So draw the grids, copy them, copy more, and more. And then I will copy these guys, rotate them, copy a bit more. Then I would go in and dimension them. Oops. Okay, the reason I'm dimensioning is because I want to equalize all the distances. So selecting the dimension, click on EQ. Same thing over here. So now I've got a grid. I want to put in columns. They could be structural or architectural, doesn't matter. For now, I'm just going to pick that and populate the grid with the columns. Delete that. Now I'm going to 3D view. I've got my grid of columns. Now I want to make a roof on top of them. Actually, I didn't need all these columns to be there, so I will delete some of them on the parameter. Just keep the grids. Going back here, I want to go under massing and do an in-place mass. Set my work plane and draw a curve. That is here on the site plan view. I just want to make it a bit more curvy. This guy needs to go higher. Maybe that should move a bit too. Or just delete that, basically. And move this there. Make this lower. Okay. Just to make it quick, I want to flip that over here. Then I'm going to select the two and make my solid from it. Finish that. Going to my 3D, here's a roof I want to make. So go to architectural, roof by face, picking that guy, create the roof, can't make the roof, why? Seriously?
Happens a lot.
Roof by face, create the roof, can't make the roof.
Is it because it's going below grade?
Maybe. Is it? let's see if this works. No. Yep. Okay, I'll try something simpler, but I don't know. Place mass. Set my work plane here. Now this time I just want to do a simple arc. Maybe not that big. Here to there, like that. Okay, just gotta move it aside. Okay, flip it here. Now select the two, create the form. Okay, we got something. Hopefully this time the roof works. It's very funny, I have no idea why it didn't work that time, but it's working this time. But anyways, delete the roof. Now that we have the chance, maybe please scale it up a little bit. Or not.
Scales off at something that gets blurred out.
Yeah. Revit is a weirdo. Okay, now I want to select all the columns and just connect them to the roof. There. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, if I wanted to draw, okay, now because it's a simpler curvature, it may make less sense, but let's say if it was a very complicated roof, then you had a very hard time to make the beams go through these columns through that roof. What I'm gonna do in Dynamo is to make that do this for me. So I'm gonna go to Dynamo now. Okay. First thing, I want to go Revit, select model elements. So now you can see it was the thing we used last time was select model element. I think we're going to use this time is select model elements. So a few of them. From Revit, I'll go to level 1. I want to select only my grids. So I will select one of the grids. I would isolate them to make the selection a bit easier. So isolate the element. Nope, sorry. Isolate the category. Not even that. Isolate the category. There we go. Okay, now I want to select all the columns, sorry, all the grids. I'll have them selected. Next thing I want to do, I want to go back to my 3 model, 3 view. Maybe I want to hide, no, sorry, let me come out of this. Reset that. I'm trying to select my mass, not the roof. Dynamo reads the mass better than the roof, so I'm trying to only select the mass and then isolate that element, and then select a face. That is that guy, and come out of this. And I want to turn on, okay, it's turned on, okay, that's good. So I want to make curves based on those grids. So grid curve is here. And in my background you can see this guy appearing. Okay, I want to give all the grids to that. It's now drawing the curves on the ground of those grids. Now I want to extrude them up. Extrude curves to a direction and a distance. So what I want to do, I want to get all the grids extrude them up, intersect them with the roof structure, and then draw beams on them. So that gives me kind of that solution. So curves extrude to the Z direction. That's the direction of the extrusion. And then the distance, I give a number. In this case, I'm giving it 10,000 to make sure they're going through the whole roof. It looks like they are. And then I'm gonna do the intersect all that we just used. So I'm gonna use the surface that I had with these new surfaces that I drew. Got a list of emptiness. Okay, let's try this. So I would do placing, cross product. Alright, now you can see it has cut through the roof all those beam lines that I wanted. The problem is when I was making the roof, it was on the inside of the mass, which is not an issue. We can fix it later, but that's fine. Then the thing that was not working for me was there's a function that you can do beam by curve, and it was not working for me for some reason. So I'll try it here to see if it works. So I would give the curves to it. I need to define a framing type. There is one loaded in the project. I'll just give that. Then I need to define a level. So level 2 in this case. Okay, it works here. Great. Now, if I put it down, you can see how this is all the beams I needed to make. If the roof was drawn correctly, which I'm gonna try to do now, then this should be all good. As you can see, some of these guys are on this side and some are on the other side. That's probably because of the normals of the curves, and there's an easy fix to it. You're just gonna click them and change that to 0. Probably you can work with the normal of the curve. I didn't try it, but we can look at it for sure. Try to do the roof by face. Create the roof. It's extruding this way. I need to extrude it the other way, but okay, there we go. Now we got a roof and we got the beams in. And the good thing is it worked here.